Anytime I've ever had a question regarding politics, I've gone directly to my mom. She's been through it, and she's had the experience. And as we all know, the campaign experience is definitely a crazy one. Furthermore, when I was young, my mother ran her first race as a circuit clerk. Running a full-scale campaign and being a mom isn't an easy task. She was out late, 10 p.m., every night, doing what campaigners do, bothering innocent homeowners. In fact, Lawrence County Circuit Clerk is here right now. Please stand up, Mom. Thank you. So when we dove into 300 problems in 2 days, we knew we had to dive deeper into this dilemma.
We emailed over 65 politicians and talked to approximately 25 of them on the phone. Not a terrible conversion rate for politics, but a running theme we learned at every single level of government was time. There's never enough time. From U.S. Congressman Thomas Massey to the Secretary of State and all the way to the Circuit Clerk of Lawrence County, when we asked the question, what's the biggest constraint in your political campaign, they immediately responded with, there's never enough time. Further into that, there's not enough time for door knocking. The face-to-face interaction with voters is a crucial one that'll be staying in their mind when it comes time to fill out that ballot. 55% of campaign time is spent going door-to-door knocking. If you're spending over half your political campaign into one thing, you know that it must be important. Opposed to what some in the room might think, even politicians deserve more than 5 hours of sleep at night. That 19 hours they are awake, they might be spending 5 or maybe even 6 of that going door-to-door knocking. So that local politician that is a mom, a campaigner, and has a full-time job, also now has another job. She's a door knocker. All that lost sleep is not for nothing. A local study showed that door-to-door canvassing increased voter turnout by 8.7%. Another segment to this problem is the status of voter registration data. This abomination of paper is what a voter registration data for a single precinct in eastern Kentucky looks like. Imagine what that looks like for Louisville. Might as well just set the forest on fire at that point. 62% of politicians lug this paper around every single day and take pen and paper notes on it. This prehistoric problem needs a modern solution.
Judges, audiences, introducing GAMBIT. GAMBIT is an innovative solution to help politicians door-to-door canvass more effectively. Managers of politicians can buy GAMBIT online or via our website. Once purchased, managers can scan these pesky voter registration sheets into our software. Our software will then plot these registration sheets that include addresses, names, and political party on an interactive map as seen behind me. This map, you can click on these houses and move around and scroll on the map. Once you click on a house, the information for the voter will show up. On this page, you can see names, addresses, contact information, political party affiliation, and many more demographics. Once an interaction has been made with the homeowner, you can edit any misleading information. This is to ensure that politicians can door-to-door canvass and meet people as efficiently as possible. Once the interaction has been complete, the house will disappear off the map, indicating that an interaction has been made and there is no need to double-cross the house. When we talked to politicians, we found that they had mainly been using 2 other softwares. These include eCanvasser and i360. Both these softwares are specifically meant for sales directors, not politicians. At GAMBIT, we're setting out to make a software specifically for politicians. We spoke to Matt Tarka, a political consultant for President Joe Biden. He said, and I quote, "Political canvassing softwares on the market right now are difficult to use, clunky, and all around not user-friendly," end quote. Here are some of the reviews from actual users of the app. The reviews on Google Play Store and the App Store were 1.9 stars combined. The problems users were having range from people not being able to log in to countries in California being plotted halfway across the United States and New York. At GAMBIT, we're setting out to make our software the most innovative solution for politicians.
Here's the best part about our software, besides it actually working. It's free. Sometimes. Our starter package is designed for local politicians because generally there's only one door knocker. We want to eliminate as many barriers as possible in running for office at GAMBIT so that more women, people of color, and blue-collar workers can run. making sure America's government actually looks like America. Our basic and pro packages are designed for larger scale campaigns. This is our target market: 500,396 local politicians and 18,749 statewide politicians. These numbers only represent incumbent office holders, meaning that the actual target market is much larger. But we decided it would be a better use of our time to not go through counting every single candidate in every single city in every single place in the United States. There are $19.3 billion in the political market, making this an incredibly lucrative business opportunity. We expect to get at least 0.01% of that number at GAMBIT, meaning we would have $1.9 million in revenue. Our startup cost is $156,000. $106,000 of that will go to app development, and the rest of that $50,000 will go to advertising. Yeah, it'll go to advertising and licensing fees. In 1.2 years, we will break even with GAMBIT, thanks to advertising on our local politicians, as well as sales of premium packages. This number will be easy to attain because, quite frankly, we're some of the most connected teenagers that you've probably ever met. I mean, I thought I was connected, but then I met Caden, who knows practically the entire political landscape of Warren County. We plan to be bipartisan with our business, meaning we will advertise at Democratic conventions as well as Republican conventions. You can also see that all of these political conventions are in Kentucky, because that's where we're going to start beta testing. We can test our software in dense urban populations, like Louisville and northern Kentucky, and test our mapping software in eastern Kentucky, where the roads are, in one word, janky. This is Team GAMBIT.
I'm Caden Bailey. I'm the head technical officer.
I'm Noah Gibson. I'm the public relations officer.
I'm Hayden Watkins. I'm the chief financial officer.
And I'm Luke Parsley. I'm the chief sales officer.
We do not plan to go on this journey alone. So we have crafted a skilled bipartisan advisory board with the perfect mix of local and statewide politicians, behind-the-scenes people, and some candidates themselves. Just like Luke, my dad also holds a countywide office. I often don't see him until 9 p.m. because he's out knocking on doors. Of course I want my dad to win his election, and of course I want him to connect with voters, but at the end of the day, I just want my dad back. And that's what GAMBIT is going to do. It's not only going to maximize time so that politicians can connect with more voters at a faster rate than ever before, it can do something truly special. It can allow politicians to connect with their families. And that's why you should take a GAMBIT on us.
Good job. I want my dad back too. Wonderful. So, how did you find your advisors?
Well, they're actually a combination of connections that me, Luke, and Caden have because me and Luke both have parents in politics, and like I said, Caden knows practically everybody in Warren County. One person up there, Ashley Atkins, who was a campaign attorney from the Grath campaign and is working in Wisconsin now, I think. She actually used to work for my dad, so I know her pretty well.
And to add to that, when the lieutenant governor and governor visited, they brought along a lot of state representatives. So we had a chance to sit down and actually talk with them. The lieutenant governor actually mentioned that she knocked on 3,000 doors in one weekend. And I'm pretty sure this quote for quote, she said, "I couldn't imagine what I could do with your software." So.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So looking at your pricing, is it like per month? Or per year, per user? What is that? Like?
Yeah, so it's per month, and when you purchase it, you have a certain amount of contacts you're allowed to enter because, as we know, storage isn't free. You're always upgrading that iCloud storage on your phone. But basically, I think it was for a starter package, you have 50,000 contacts, which means you can host 50,000 voters on our servers. And all of our servers are privately secured. That deflects hackers, and we know that your information is very private to you, and we want to keep it that way. And that's also another one of our main goals here at GAMBIT.
Fantastic idea, guy. Those numbers that you gave up of all the politicians and races, are those just U.S. numbers?
Yes.
All I got.
I did have one more question. So you're licensing your software to politicians so they can run their race, or how is that working? Who are you licensing?
Yeah, we're getting that to politicians, and for larger scale campaigns, we're going to go to campaign managers.
Okay.
An issue with our competitors is that they are designed for people who know data in and out, and most of the people running for office are not those kinds of people. Sorry, Dad, but so we wanted to make it easy to use for everyone.
Great
Well,
question.
thank you so much.
Do third place. So, drum roll, please. Okay, third place goes to GAMBIT. So they can stand up and not see me. Okay, another.